That was 1990 when I came to Cambodia. The country was completely different from what it is now. Basically, I can use the term of isolation. Well, I think it is almost impossible to say what the future will be. Not only for Cambodia, but for the internet worldwide, or for the life of society as a whole. Well, my name is Norbert Klein. I am in Cambodia already since 1990. That is 34 years by now. I have been working at the beginning for 4 years at the Ministry of Agriculture. I was invited to be member of a Cambodian NGO, and so I continued. Well, that was 1990 when I came to Cambodia. The country was completely different from what it is now. Basically, I can use the term of isolation. Even to come to Cambodia was not easy. I have to travel to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and from Vietnam, twice a week, there would be a possibility to go to Cambodia. Of course, there was no telephone, of course, no video, no radio, no nothing like that. Well, I have to speak a little bit personal about my own history with the internet. In a very early stage of internet connection, 1985, I had my first internet email address in Germany. And so I had some idea about internet. So I went to the market of possibilities, and there was one place to explain the internet. Oh, what is that? I looked. And to my big surprise, I could see how two groups of people about whom I knew, one in Brazil, one in South Korea, were communicating with each other. Impossible. How is this possible? Well, there's the internet as a new possibility for such people to communicate with each other. And it was very interesting. Many of the Germans looking at it and said, very strange. The internet is important for communication among many people in the third world. And to bring them into mutual contact is very important. When I came from Germany in 1990, I brought a small computer with me. And of course, I need electricity to operate it, but I can operate it only with what was already in, no connection. But then, I know the internet exists, but how to connect? And after 4 years in Cambodia, I had the first time an opportunity to visit Germany and also other countries for about 1 month. I visited an old friend in Holland who had been involved in helping people in different third world countries to establish internet connection. So I stayed there for 1 day, 2 nights, and learned a lot, then I come back. Well, what I have learned meant I needed internet connection, but for that I needed electricity for my computer, and I need a telephone line. Okay, at that time, there were already the first 600 telephone lines in Cambodia, And for the office where I was working, we got one. But I needed electricity. There was no regular electricity in Phnom Penh at that time. There was electricity every day, but you never know when it was stopped and when it came back. So in order to start an internet process, I needed regular electricity. So I bought a big 24-volt Japanese truck battery. I needed to charge, when there was electricity, I needed to charge it. So I was able to buy a Thai charger from the line into the battery. But I had only 24-volt direct electricity. For the computer, I needed 220 for my computer, DC. So I needed a converter. An American friend in Phnom Penh helped me to import the converter to change the 24-volt DC into AC. But it was 110 American. So I needed a Vietnamese transformer to change 110 volt to 220. Then only finally I could start really to use my telephone line and try to establish a connection. Let me give an example what happened to me in the year 2013 when I moved from Phnom Penh to Kep. In Phnom Penh, I had a connection to the internet very easily, no problem. I went to Kep. Oh, no, this connection doesn't work in Kep, only in Phnom Penh or in some other provinces. So I have to change another connection, are accessible in most provinces. But as long as we have so different technical situation between big city, countryside, it's very difficult to solve. And I think it can only be solved by more and more availability of access, not through wires or through local tower, but through internet from above. Well, first, it was a very big change to have connection. By now, many years later, I can see we have all the kind of positive information, but we also have all the negative information, which nowadays get more and more complicated with fake news, with even fake persons. The face of real person is exchanged with somebody else, a different voice is put in. So this achievement of having the internet is positive and negative. And that means it's a special challenge also, how to deal with it. But basically, it is going to be done in hardware. The challenge is how to use it. And I think there are unfortunately many examples at present where public funds are available to build something up and it's difficult to use it. This is a very, I think, a very painful problem. I think you point out to the fact that there are really wide difficulties. And I think It is not easy to just give some general rule how to solve them, especially not to solve these by technology. It can only be solved by personal engagement. And in this respect, I think that such activities, blogger meetings, is very important, where many individuals are challenged to get involved in internet activities. And then when they are in internet activities themselves, they can also start to share it with others. I think this is the only way that things come on, and the big government plan how to do it in all provinces and so on will not work if there are not persons who really do it, who start to do it. And this is a challenge to individuals, and from one friend to another, to challenge them, how can you do more than you do now? Only by such personal engagement, things can improve, I think. Internet Governance Forum has been created a number of years ago in different countries and worldwide. It was an effort to bring three voices together: government, technology, internet technology, and civil society. These are the three elements of the Internet Governance Forum, and it is a forum. It's not a decision-making body. A forum is where different people can talk to each other. Now, I think it is very important to maintain this situation, that it is an equal forum of three. Last year, actually, I had an opportunity to participate in the Japanese Internet Forum meeting in Kyoto. And the main speaker at the beginning was the Japanese Prime Minister about the role of the Internet Forum in Japan. And he was very clear. We, the government, are only one element, and we respect as equals partners in the conversation to find the correct future: technology and civil society. And I think one challenge for the Internet Governance Forum in Cambodia is to maintain it's something with three equal elements. Well, I think it is very interesting while this idea of Internet Governance Forum, not only internationally but also nationally, was taken up in Cambodia by the Youth Internet Governance Forum. And it was very interesting on the second day in the afternoon, when the experiences were brought together. There was a mock presentation of the government and the mock presentation of technology and the real civil society. I think this was a very, very clear sign that we are facing the challenge for the future. Not to have mock, but to have really the different voices together. But the other voices are maybe a little bit reluctant to expose themselves and exchange their opinion with the opinion of the others. So Internet Governance Forum is extremely important for the future, but keep it as a forum of three. According to my opinion, most important is to keep it as a forum of three. And every of the three has anyway their own opinion. But the most challenging thing is listening mutually and learning together. Well, I think it is almost impossible to say what the future will be, not only for Cambodia, but for the internet worldwide, or for the life of society as a whole. I think it's very difficult. And the one element which has to be mentioned in this context is what is called artificial intelligence. Now, there are good reasons to say this is a wrong name. It's not intelligence, it is just a collection, a huge collection of language, and then a technology which can use this material. But whether it's really intelligent or not is another question. So this is a challenge where, while I say it's difficult to foresee what will happen, because some specialists say in 2 years, internet will have changed the whole world. Artificial intelligence will have changed everything. I don't know, this is probably not true. Many things will continue, but I do not dare to say what will be the future. I can only say what is the challenge. The challenge is that we stay open to listen what we can hear and what we can understand, and we can try to find what is a responsible reaction to these changes which will happen. But it is just a challenge, a real life challenge for all of us in all of our societies. Thank you very much.